dear students, today we are going to discuss the determination of empirical and molecular formula. So, in some problems, they can give the percentage of various elements, and by using that percentage, we can determine the empirical formula. And if molecular weight is given, we can also determine the molecular formula of that compound. So, generally for the organic compounds, first we determine the percentage of carbon, and this method is called Liebig's method. So in this method, what we generally used to do, can we burn the organic compound, and whatever carbon is present there, that whole carbon will convert into carbon dioxide, and that carbon dioxide is absorbed in the solution of KOH. So we can determine the weight of carbon dioxide. So in this method, we can see that is the percentage of carbon dioxide. Percentage of carbon will be equals to what? Weight of CO2. Weight of CO2 divided by molecular weight of CO2. That will give what? Number of moles of carbon. And whatever are the number of moles of carbon, same will be the number of moles of CO2. So if we multiply it by 12, then we will obtain the total weight of carbon present in organic compound. And if we divide it by weight of organic compound, the weight of carbon present in this much weight of the organic compound into 100. This will give the percentage, because the number of moles of carbon dioxide will be equals to what? Number of moles of carbon. So weight we have determined with the help of KOH solution, and by dividing this weight by molecular weight of CO2, we will get moles of carbon dioxide, and same will be the moles of carbon. So these moles, when multiplied with its atomic number, we will get the weight of carbon basically. So weight of carbon upon weight of organic compound into 100 will give percentage of carbon. So again we can see that is the percentage of carbon will become equals to what? W of CO2 upon W of organic compound into 44 into 12 into 100. So by this formula we can determine that is the percentage of carbon. If the data is given regarding the weight of carbon dioxide, if directly percentage is given, then we will use the methods for determination of empirical formula. So this is one thing. Second thing is what? That is the percentage of hydrogen. This is also calculated by Liebig's method. So in the organic compound, whatever hydrogen is present, that will convert into H2O. So Liebig's method. So amount of H2O liberated by combustion of organic compound, when this all hydrogen will liberate in the form of H2O. So whatever amount of H2O is present, that will be absorbed by anhydrous CaCl2. In that way we can determine the weight of H2O, and from the weight of H2O, that is the percentage of H will be equals to what? Weight of H2O. Weight of H2O, weight of H2O divided by molecular weight of H2O. So by this quantity we will get the moles of H2, and whatever are the moles of H2, 2 times of that will be what? Moles of hydrogen. So if we multiply it by 2, then we will get what? Moles of hydrogen. And if we multiply the moles of hydrogen with molecular weight of or atomic weight of hydrogen, that is the 1. So we will get the weight of hydrogen present in organic compound into total weight of organic compound. Organic compound. So this is the weight of H2O, this whole quantity. This whole quantity is given by weight of hydrogen. When this weight of hydrogen divided by the total weight of organic compound into 100 will give percentage of hydrogen. So here we can see that again we can make second formula, that is percentage of H will become equals to weight of H2O divided by total weight of organic compound into 2 by 18 into 100. So from this formula we will get percentage of hydrogen. So these two determination of percentage by this method, that is the Lee-Wicks method, we can determine the percentage of carbon and hydrogen. Second formula. And if we add these two percentages, if the sum is less than 100, then the third thing, that is the percentage of oxygen, this will become equals to what? The percentage of oxygen will be equals to what? Percentage of carbon, 100 minus the sum, या इसको दूसरे कलर से लिखता हूं. So if we subtract the sum of hydrogen and carbon percentage, then we will get the percentage of oxygen. So percent of oxygen will become equals to what? 100 minus percentage of carbon plus percentage of hydrogen. So from this formula we will determine the percentage of oxygen. This is third formula simply. So this is basically for the determination of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen percentages in organic compound. Other methods are also there, but till now, because we are just going to start, so there is no need. So first thing is how we can define the empirical formula. Empirical formula is what? Empirical formula, it can be defined as, it is the simplest ratio. It is the simplest ratio of constituent atoms. Constituent atoms of different elements. Elements present in a compound. So this is called the empirical formula. Now for determination of empirical formula, again we can see, that is the molecular formula will be what? Molecular formula, it will be known as what? Okay. It is the ratio of atoms, ratio of constituent atoms constituent atoms actually present in one molecule of a compound. This is called molecular formula. So if we determine that is the one thing is what? Okay, molecular formula will be equals to what? This will be equals to what? That is n into empirical formula, and the value of n will be determined. That is the n will be equals to what? Molecular weight or gram molecular weight upon empirical formula weight. और इसको फुल फॉर्म में लिख देता हूं, empirical formula weight. So this is the n will be always what? This will be a whole number, integral whole number we can see. So if we multiply this n factor by this is some any factor, it may have 1 value, 2 value, 3 value, 4 value like that. So if we multiply this value with the empirical formula, we will obtain the molecular formula of the given compound. Now, how we can determine the empirical formula? So for that we can make one table. For that we are having, suppose this is one table. This is one table. One column here. Total number of column 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 column we are considering simply. Okay now. So here I am having, this is the one slide. This is the first column, second column, third column, fourth column, and fifth column. Here we can take the elements like carbon, hydrogen, oxygen is there. Here we are having their percentage. So this percentage, suppose P, Q, R, and here we can take the ratio of atoms simply, or relative number of atoms, or simple ratio we can also see. So this will be equals to what? Percentage divided by its atomic number. Percentage divided by its atomic number. Percentage divided by its atomic number. So if this value is coming, suppose X, this is coming Y, this is coming Z. And if Z is the least value, then we can do what? So again, suppose in the compound we are having this 3 constituent atoms are there: carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. And P, Q, R are their respective percent. Either these value he can give in the problems, or instead of directly giving percentage, he can give certain data like this we have discussed here. That their weight of carbon dioxide or weight of H2 he can give, So by using these formulas, we can determine their respective percentages. So here we will apply those percentages. So by dividing the respective percentages with their respective atomic number, we will get the relative number of atoms or simple ratio of atoms. And suppose here Z is the least value. So from here we will get what? Simplest ratio. Simplest ratio. So simplest ratio will be what? X divided by Z, Y divided by Z, and Z divided by Z. So this will be always 1, and this is suppose M value, and this is suppose, or we can see PQR, this is suppose S value, this is S value, this is T value. If these values are not the integral values, some fractional values are there. So here I am writing if the value of S and T are fractional, then we will apply this. Then we have multiply these values with a suitable fraction, with a suitable number to get integral values. So here we can see, suppose this value is coming, suppose 0.5, and this value is coming 1.5, and this will always be 1. So if we multiply the 0.5 and 1.5 by the 2, so the value of S will become what? 1, and the value of T will become what? 3, and the value of Z will become 2. Or suppose this is 1.5 and this is 2.5. So again we can multiply it by 2. So this will become what? 3, and this will become 5, and this will become 2, like that. So in that way we will get the simplest ratio. So simplest ratio of atoms. Simplest ratio of atoms will be an empirical formula. This will be what? Empirical formula. And if molecular weight is given, if molecular weight is given, then N will be what? Molecular weight upon empirical formula weight. So from here we can determine the value of N. If we multiply the value of N with the empirical formula, then we will get molecular formula. Another thing, instead of giving, if vapor density of a compound is given, then molecular weight will be equals to what? Molecular weight of a compound will become equals to what? 2 into vapor density. Vapor density will be applicable only for the gaseous organic compounds or any other compound, because this is the relative density. That is the density of a gaseous compound divided by the density of hydrogen. hydrogen gas. So this basically gives only or this is applicable only for gaseous, organic or any other compound. It must be in the gaseous state. Then we can directly apply this formula here. So by this table we will determine the simplest ratio, or that is empirical formula. After this I will discuss some problem here. This is one problem first I am discussing. Question I am writing here. This is the example number 1. Calculate the empirical formula. Calculate the empirical formula for a compound that contains 26.6% potassium, 35.4% chromium and 38.1% oxygen. Given atomic mass of potassium 39.1, this is 35.4, and atomic mass of chromium is 52, and atomic mass of oxygen is 60. So this is the question given. He is asking only the empirical formula. So directly we can make the table in the similar way. That is, 3 constituent atoms are there. These are the elements. Their percentage. These are the elements, percentage, simple ratio or relative ratio of atoms, relative ratio of atoms. After that, simplest ratio. Is it clear? So what are the atoms? Potassium is there, chromium is there, oxygen is there. So their percentage already we know. This is how much. This value is 26. That is 20. Sorry, potassium is 39. Sorry. This value is given, sorry, this is how much? 30. This is 26.6%. So that is the 26.6%, 35.4%, 38.1%. So relative ratio will become 26.6 divided by 39.1. This if we divide, this is coming out to be 0.68. 0.68. 35.4 divided by 52. This value is coming out again 0.68. and 38.1 divided by 16, this value is coming to be 2.38. 2.38. So this is the simplest ratio. Sorry, relative ratio or simple ratio. So if we divide it by 0.68, then we will get the simplest ratio. So simplest ratio will be what? 0.68 divided by 0.68 will become equals to 1. 0.68 divided by 0.68 will become equals to 1. And 2.38 divided by 0.68. This value is coming out to be 3.5. So just see, I told this here. If this ratio is not having the integral value, the ratio of S and T, here S and T, these two elements are fractional, then we multiply these values with a suitable number to get integral values. So by which value we will multiply it by? So this column will be known as what? Simplest whole number ratio. Whole number ratio we can say. So if we multiply it by the factor 2, this value will become what? 2. This will also become 2. 3.5 will become what? 7. So the empirical formula will become equals to 2 atoms of potassium, 2 atoms of chromium, and 7 atoms of oxygen. So this is what? Potassium dichromate. One more problem I will also take, that is from the organic data. Another example I am taking. Example 2. That is a compound of carbon, hydrogen, and nitrogen. A compound of carbon, hydrogen, and nitrogen contains 3 elements. In the ratio 9:1:3.5. Contains 3 elements in the ratio of 9:1:3.5 by their weight. This is basically weight ratio. Calculate the empirical formula. Calculate the empirical formula. If its molecular mass is 108, if molecular weight is 108, then what is the molecular formula? This is the question, just see. So this weight ratio is given basically. So weight ratio we have to divide by their respective atomic numbers. Just like the percentage we can see. Percentage is also what? Their weight ratio. So here we can see solution. Again we can make one table here. This is the table. 3 elements are there only. So here are the elements: weight ratio, relative number of atoms, and simplest ratio. या ये लाइन थोड़े से और कॉलम्स को बड़ा कर दूं. This is elements, weight ratio, relative, and this is simplest. Elements are what? Carbon, hydrogen, and nitrogen. Carbon, hydrogen, and nitrogen. Weight ratio is given, that is 9:1:3.5. Relative atomic ratio, this will be what? 9 divided by 12, 1 divided by 1, 3.5 divided by 40. So this value will be how much? 9, 3, 4 ja 3 by 4 or 0.75. This will be 1 and this is also 0.25. So this is the relative atomic ratio. So if we divide, that is the simplest ratio will become what? Simplest ratio will become, that is 0.75 divided by 0.25, whichever is the lowest number in this column. So 0.25 is the lowest number. So this value will become 3. 1 divided by 0.25, this will become 4, and 0.25 divided by 0.25 is what? 1. So the empirical formula will become equals to what? Empirical formula will become equals to C3H4n. Now empirical formula weight will be how much? 12 into 3 plus 4 into 1 plus 40. So 12, 3 are 36 plus 4, 40. So this is total 54. Is it clear? And now we can calculate the value of n. That is the molecular weight divided by empirical formula weight. So n will become equals to 108 is given molecular weight divided by 54 equals to 2. So molecular formula will become equals to what? N into empirical formula. So this value is equals to, that is 2 into C3H4n. So this will be C6H8n. So this is the molecular formula of the compound. I think everybody understands, so you can try some more problems. Simple concept is what? If they can give directly the percentages. After that we can make this table like this table. And here I have taken this hypothetical example. By that way we can calculate the empirical formula. If molecular weight is given like in this problem, then we can calculate. Here in this problem the molecular weight is given, so then we can calculate the molecular formula of the compound. So okay, bye to everybody, and also send me the comments, those who are the new Also subscribe the channel. Bye to everybody.